Okay, thank you. And back to you, I guess. Wisconsin has more jobs than workers, both skilled and unskilled. What can the legislature do to help? What policies should the state adopt to attract, retrain, or keep the needed employees? And should there be a minimum wage increase?
Let me take the last first. We don't need a minimum wage increase. I was just seeing, they're hiring dishwashers at $16 an hour. And I think that's fantastic. One of the benefits of having 90,000 jobs.
Where are they hiring?
One of the benefits of having 90,000 jobs. Yeah, one of the benefits of having 90,000 jobs available right here in Wisconsin is it brings that upward pressure on wages. And now businesses are competing amongst one another for labor. So I think, I apologize, I lost my train of thought there. The other two parts of the question?
What policies should the state
Oh, yes, I got
adopt?
it. Thank you. Thank you, appreciate that.
Yes.
So we are growing. So what we need to do in Wisconsin, we've first of all, going back to the immigration thing, federal government needs to fix immigration because you can't fix the problem we have in our country. Our economy is growing so fast. In Wisconsin, it's so robust that we can't fix it just with the people that we have here. We need them to fix the immigration system so we can bring people into our country to fill these jobs. But there are things we can do. You know, we have a 3% unemployment rate. It's a record in the state, 7 months in a row, 3% or under. And what we need to be doing is working with, in our welfare programs and our entitlement programs, to help people who are on government assistance right now work themselves into a family supporting job. That's where government can help. We've done that in this past session. We've brought some welfare reform bills that we've passed. There's more we can do because we haven't totally erased what they call the benefit cliff, which oftentimes prohibits people. They want to go out there, they want to take on that next job, but if they do, they lose their health benefits. And that's where we can work that into a slope as opposed to a cliff. We will better be able to help people work themselves into the workforce, and then then the government saves money.
Thank you. Lee?
Could you read the question again?
I would be happy to. Wisconsin has more jobs than workers, both skilled and unskilled. What can the legislature do to help? What policies should the state adopt to attract, retrain, or keep the needed employees? And should there be a minimum wage increase?
Yes, I would support a minimum wage increase. The minimum wage in Wisconsin has remained at $7.25 since 2009. And even red states that are very conservative Republican have already raised their minimum wage. I think it needs to be incremental. We need to be careful that we're not creating situations where businesses are unable to support that. But I recently read that an increase of $10.10 would add, I think I wrote it down here, it's like millions of dollars into the economy and create 3,800 jobs. So that's a start. One of the things that Senator Roth is not mentioning is that while unemployment is very low, it only tells a very small part of the picture. You guys may be familiar with the fact that 37.5% of Wisconsinites are having trouble meeting basic needs. I can speak to that because I am one of those Wisconsinites. This is a long word, is asset limited, income constrained and employed, and that makes up nearly 40% of the people in Wisconsin. So we do need to take a look at raising the minimum wage so that people can, I'm talking to a gentleman at the doors. I said, wouldn't you rather people be able to pay their bills and pay for their child care and get to a job so they're not leaning on government services that you're so against? And even he agreed with that. The other part of the question was, what would I do to? Oh, the other thing that we need to do is make sure that we're getting people out that are trained to work. Right now there is a waiting list for need-based financial aid, and there are people who want to go to the university or technical schools and be trained for jobs, and they just can't.
Okay, thank you.